This is dumb. This is dumb. This is really dumb. I have to just start talking, I guess. Um. So I swore I'd never make a YouTube channel or anything like this, because I didn't want to put my face out there for everybody to cast judgment on or stir up some sort of political soup, I guess. I don't know. But really, the world is doing me a huge disservice lately. Um, the backstory to me is I'm intersex. I have one of the more rare forms of intersex conditions. There's a whole slew of intersex conditions. I just happen to end up with one of the more rare ones. And now that I've let my body do whatever the heck it wants to do, seems like the rest of the world is punishing me for it. And I'm frustrated. I'm a bit angry about it. And no matter where I go with this, people are going to sit there and lie to me and say, oh, everything is fine. Everything is just fine, dandy, great. No, it's not. I've got people I talk to on the phone who think I'm transgender. I'm not. I've got people in the LGBT community who think I'm transgender. I'm not. And then when I say, oh, I'm not transgender, suddenly the LGBT community wants nothing to do with me, and on the flip side, nobody over here wants to listen to me and say and believe me that I'm not transgender. I'm not transgender. I'm just your typical human being who happens to have an intersex condition that ended up completely masculinizing me at the age of 15, 14. I don't know when. I don't know when I started puberty now. And everybody freaked out about it because nobody wanted to deal with it. Not cool, world. Not cool. I now have to do some really weird somersaults to get some medical attention I need. I eventually have to, and I have to do somersaults while, if I went and identified as transgender, Medicaid would pay for top, bottom surgeries, you name it, Medicaid would pay for it. Medicaid takes one look and goes, oh, you're intersex. Oh. Yeah, if you want top surgery, that's going to be $8,000. We're not covering that because that's cosmetic surgery. That's not for your livelihood. You just need cosmetic surgery. We're not paying for that. No, it's not cosmetic surgery. It's actually preventative surgery. Because my condition puts me at a greater risk for various cancers. It's preventative surgery, and I don't get the same luxury as a trans individual. Kinda low, world. Kinda really low there. I don't particularly care about bottom surgery, but I'd kind of like to minimize the risk of various painful cancers, and you people are telling me it's cosmetic surgery. Kind of an injustice, and it's not an equal balance there. Um, and of course, I live in one of the probably worst places currently to be LGBTQ, everything else that comes after the Q. I don't know what comes after the Q. Um, because the community where I'm living is actually quite toxic. So I'm not going to get any help from them because I don't identify as transgender, and they won't even put up the new pride flag. So I'm kind of screwed. Um, in the on dealing with the LGBT community up here. The interesting thing that I can say about it is the general population treats me very normally. The doctors want to help me, but there's not a lot they can do because I don't identify as transgender. I'm not transgender. I, I don't know how I could ever see myself as transgender when I have bits and pieces of two reproductive systems floating in me. Whereas your typical trans person has just one reproductive system. It just doesn't match what's in their head. Um, I have two. One of them does match what's in my head. I'm not non-binary. One of these two systems does match what's in my head, and I'm okay with it. I don't want to see any of my organs removed, but I'm well aware that two of them are at a huge risk for developing cancer. Um, I don't, I don't want surgery. I really don't. Um, Top surgery, sure. Somewhere down the line, I would like to have that risk of cancer taken out. Anything involving gonads or internal reproductive systems, eh, I'm actually okay with, for the time being. But there's a huge hill I have to climb, the, and it's not fair. It's not fair when I have to call somebody. They give me this long, awkward pause on the phone and go, "Is there something we should call you by? Are you, No, there's not something you should call me by. You have my name on your files. That's what you call me by. Just because I don't actually connect to the name anymore doesn't mean, and it's just human nature to assume, and I'm frustrated with human nature on that part. I'm just, I can't believe I have been pushed this far. I am so tired of being identified as transgender. I'm intersex. That's a whole world of differences. And I'm starting this channel, apparently, frustrated out of my mind, and I just want to explain, to demonstrate, to show that you can't keep dumping me under the trans umbrella, because you're doing a disservice to trans people and you're doing a huge disservice to me at the exact same time. It's not gonna work. Lopping me in with the trans community is not good for the trans community. They don't have what I have. And they all should be grateful they don't have what I have. I don't have one reproductive system that I have to worry about. I have two. And you can't mix those hormones. You can't, there's no viable way that you can have a functioning testicle and a functioning ovary. It's either going to be one is functioning and the other isn't, or this one's functioning and this one isn't. In my case, rare as it turned out to be, my testicle's the functioning one, the ovary is actually malformed and doesn't work. I can't help that. I understand the risks that I have to deal with. These are risks that trans people do not have to deal with. And that's sad. That's sad that the world cannot differentiate between somebody who was born with extra organs, or organs that don't even match what they were assigned at birth, internal organs that don't match anything, and you people, I understand it's hard, but it's hard. It's hard for me, it's hard for you, it's hard for everybody. I understand that. I have to go through struggles that most trans people never have to go through. They don't have to go through, they don't have to go through a lot of the crap I do. So that's why I say it's a disservice to both parties. I just want to get this out there and say, I support the trans community as much as I can, but I am not a part of it. I will never be a part of it. Please respect that. I am in a different category. I'm not trying to be trans. And I didn't have any choice in any of this. I was born with 2 reproductive systems. That's all. I gotta get going. I'm going to update with some other stuff, but for right now, I think I've got schoolwork I need to do. So,